Okay, today we're going to show you how to assemble the alligator from start to finish. The first thing you need to do is to make sure you have all your parts here. We need two sides, we need a tail, we need a head, a cam, a lower jaw, 4 wheels, 2 long dowel pins, and 2 short dowel pins. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take the side of one of the bodies, set it down flat on the table, take the 2 short dowel pins, and then pound them into the outside holes. Those are the A size. Okay? So I'll do the first one, and then you can do the second one. You're going to take the hammer, line up the dowel pin with your hole, and hold the hammer from the bottom of the handle and lightly start to tap down. You'll see that the pin will kind of find the center of the hole and start to move into the hole, and you'll hit it until you hear a change in noise. That tells you that the pin has bottomed out and is now flush with the outside surface. Okay? Do the other side.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you scratch my arm? I can't see her. Maybe it's Caleb.
You can let go of it now and just hit it with the hammer. You could check it. You're there. Good job. Now you have 2 short dowel pins at each end. Okay. The next thing we want to do is take one of the long dowel pins and your cam. And you'll notice that on these tables, every so often you'll see there's holes in the table. We're going to utilize these holes now, taking this long dowel pin, placing the cam over the hole, so the hole of the cam is over the hole in the table, and then we're going to proceed to pound the large dowel pin into the cam. Be careful, because the dowel is large and the wall of the cam is very thin. So if you're not careful, you can potentially crack the cam in half, and you'll have no choice but to start from scratch making another one. So what we want to do right now, and I'm holding the cam on both sides just to give it a little more support while I'm hitting this in. I want to center the dowel on the cam. Right now I'm not even close to being there. So I'm going to have to keep pounding. Why don't you go ahead and hit that in until you think it's in the middle. You stop when you think you're in the middle.
Okay.
Are you there? Maybe a little bit more. Good. You went too far. Flip it over and hit it back once the other way. This way. Good. I would say that's pretty close. Now, she's going to take the body, okay, place the body over the hole in the table, take this dowel pin and place it through this hole, spinning freely, so that it can still sit flat on the table. Because if you didn't have the hole there, it'd be kind of hard to build this thing. So we're going to place it here so it's flat on the table. The next thing she wants to do is take the head and the tail and place them on the appropriate pins. So take the head and you're going to place it onto this pin. You're going to take the tail and place it down onto that pin like this. Go right ahead. It's okay that that's a nice snug fit. Do the same thing with the head. Okay. Still having the cam pin into the hole in the table. Alright, the next thing that can be done is now the other side of the body can be placed onto the two outside pins, and the cam pin can be placed into the same hole on the other side of the body. So try to line these two outside holes up with these two dowel pins. First thing you gotta do is place this dowel through the hole. Then you line up the two pins. When you think they're lined up, take the hammer, and then you're gonna use a special tool that I have made.
Made.
I call it the wheel tool.
That looks like a beater.
It's called the wheel tool. And what you're going to do is you're going to place this on top of the side so that you don't have to hit the actual alligator with the hammer. You can hit this tool. Okay, so when you think it's centered over your dowel, and you're going to have to pound them down a little bit at a time on both sides. I'll let you finish it off until they're flush with the outside edge, okay? A little bit more over here. Go ahead. All right, good job. Now you'll notice that we went a little bit too far. It's a little bit pinched in there. So I like to use the lower jaw as kind of a pry bar, and I like to take the length that sticks out of the lower jaw and place it between the two sides and just give it a little twist clockwise, and that will open this up a little bit, okay? And if you need to do it from the top a little bit, you can do that too. Okay? Now, you're still going to need the hole in the table because we don't have wheels on it yet. So your next move is to take one of the wheels, place it flat on the table, take the other long dowel pin, and pound it through the hole until it bottoms out. Go ahead. I'll hold it for you until you get started. Hold the wheel, and you can place a pin in the hole until it's bottomed out. You check and see. Are you there yet? Yeah. Okay, I'd say that's good. All right, now, what she wants to do is place a wheel underneath the alligator now, lifting this out of its hole and placing the dowel pin on the hole of the wheel. Taking my special wheel tool and placing the hole of the wheel tool onto the dowel. So now you can hit this here until that pounds itself in. Hit the pin. Okay, go ahead. You want to pound until stop just before it touches the wall of the side, because you still want the cam to be centered in between, but you don't want the wheel rubbing against the side. So that's about where you want it, okay? Okay. Next thing, take the wheel that you've already pounded the pin into and slide it through the back hole. So now you have two wheels on one side. Place it down onto those wheels, and the next move is to take the remaining two wheels and place them on top of these dowels right there. Using the wheel tool, a hole over the dowel so you can see where you're located, and give it a whack. Try to keep this wheel tool straight at all times. Stop. You always want to stop and check and see if you've gone too far. Stop. If you think you've gone too far, like you're getting a little bit of friction there, that's probably good right there. Okay? The next one, Same thing on the front. Sometimes it's hard to see my eyes. Okay? Keep watching, see how far you go. Slow down. 3 more, 1 more, 2 more. Good. Okay, now's a good time to test it out and make sure that if this is down in position, which is perfectly parallel to the table surface, does the cam and lever work? And it does lift up, but it's having trouble coming back down. So, that could be a couple of reasons. One, we're too tightly squeezed on to the head, and we have to open it up a little bit more. Again, I'm just going to do a little twist. I just stick the stem of the lower jaw in between the two sides, and I turn it clockwise a little bit.
Has it ever broken?
What, this?
Yeah.
Not for me.
You mean it's that strong?
Not for me.
It's ½ an inch thick. Alright. No, I'm saying that's why it's odd.
The last step is to flip it upside down, and what you want to do is you want to take the lower jaw assembly and dry fit it into the two sides of the body, and that's where it's going to go. And it's very important that you keep this lower jaw assembly completely flush with the bottom of the sides of the body. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to place Elmer's glue.
Please excuse the interruption. Mrs. Gambino is in the building. If she can contact the main office. Mrs. Gambino. Thank you.
Take some Elmer's glue and place it on 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces. And then we're going to slide it in here, and we're going to put it either 1 in a vise to hold itself in place, or 2, we're going to use a quick grip clamp to hold itself in place. I like to use a quick grip clamp because it's easier to see. Not if you want it to stay there for a while. Okay, now, this is an opportunity to make some adjustments if you want to. For one thing, if you're not happy with the fact that this isn't touching there, you could take the lower jaw out, touch that one surface to the belt sander so that it would bring this surface closer in, and therefore having 4 surfaces that are actually glued to the other piece, okay? That's one thing that you can do to adjust this. Another thing is that I noticed when the wheels rotate around and it lifts the lever up, the jaw, upper jaw has a hard time closing. That is because the hole in the head could be made a little bit bigger. So if she wants to do that, she's going to have to take this assembly apart to some extent, take the hole in the head and drill that hole a little bit larger with a larger drill bit. Okay, this drill bit here is 5/16, which is a little bit larger than what we made it before. Okay, and that will give it that freedom to come up and down more easily. Okay, but before you put any glue on, that's your last chance to make any adjustments. Once you put glue on, forget it. Okay, and that's how you assemble an alligator. Okay, thank you.